ladies and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone, from the LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It's Sunday morning. It's 10:30-ish. It's time for the Supplemental. Ooh. All right, that's beautiful. Every morning, every Sunday morning, we come to you. We do three things. We talk about your national days of the week. We give you a comedy, a community, or a charity note that we want to share with you. And we wrap it all up with This Week in History, trivia style. 7 questions set to medium difficulty, all multiple choice answers. It's a fun way to start your Sunday. The first thing we're going to do, now that we got all the kinks worked out, we had a lot of kinks this morning. The first thing that we're going to do is your national days of the week. Starting with tomorrow, Monday, the freaking 9th of February. I don't know why I said the freaking 9th. A day that cannot be celebrated enough. It's National Pizza Day. Pizza is amazing. I love pizza. But it's not good for you. You think it's good for you. If you try to rename it, instead of calling it pizza, you could say it was bread and cheese with assorted meat complements. And a tomato sauce reduction. You could say things like that. You could make pizza sound healthier. But here's the thing that sticks with me. Many, many years ago, I'm a Domino's pizza guy. And as is the case when you're a Domino's pizza guy, you find yourself eating a lot of pizza because it's available for whatever reason. The guy didn't pay for it, there was nobody there, whatever. You find yourself eating lots of pizza. And the guy says to me when I'm 16 years old, "You keep eating pizza like that, you're going to have heart problems." What does that guy know, okay? What does that old guy know? He don't know nothing. I was infallible. I was impervious to the possibilities of the downside of eating pizza all the time. So I thought. Turns out the old man was right. Eating a lot of pizza is not good for you. So on February the 9th, National Pizza Day, I implore you, I encourage you, I want you to enjoy pizza. But in moderation, okay? You shouldn't be eating pizza all the time. You should not, nobody should be able to eat a whole pie by themselves. I did. Many times, I would eat the whole pie by myself, and the whole pie, it contained a lot of ingredients, meat, fuzzy and cheesy, and just pizza's not good for you. Eat it in moderation, and celebrate pizza on February the 9th, National Pizza Day. All right, I saw some Richie voice was a Steven Seagal voice. Pepper, thin crust, pizza, sex when it's decent. True. I agree with that comment. Man, Big Pancake is always trying to get our attention. They got one here. It's a fluffy pancake day. Is there any other kind? Let's go with this. Tuesday, February the 11th, is National Fudge Day. Much like pizza, you should enjoy fudge in moderation. So if you're going to enjoy some fudge, well, February the 10th is a great day to do some fudge packing, if you know what I mean. The thing with me is I never really knew the difference between fudge and brownies. I always kind of thought they were the same thing. And then one day in Swansboro, North Carolina, I found myself in a place that only makes fudge. And once you've been in a place that only makes fudge, you understand the nuances, the subtleties, the fact that brownies and fudge are not the same. Fudge is better than brownies. I said it. I said it, and I challenge any of you. Come after me. If you believe brownies are better than fudge, come step to me. Let's have this argument. But I can't tell you the last time I ate either. I don't know when's the last time I had a brownie. I sure as heck don't know when the last time I've had fudge. To be honest, I think I've had less fudge than brownies over the course of my lifetime, which would explain why I'm easily confused by whether it's a fudge or whether it's a brownie. But on Tuesday, February the 10th, I'm going to go out of my way to find some fudge and pack it. I'm going to pack some fudge on February the 10th. National Fudge Day. All right, okay, well, there's the infallible being his normal self. Ooh, I don't know why this has to be said, but we're going to do it anyway. Wednesday, February the 11th, is National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. Why? The only time someone cries over spilt milk is when they're about to have a psychotic breakdown. Like, you're doing all of the things. Everything's going great. And then something goes wrong. And that triggers you. And then something going wrong and you being triggered is amplified by the fact that you spilled some milk. Now you're crying. Now you got all the feels. You're taking on all of the emotions. Spilling milk, unless it is sustenance. If the milk you are pouring is the last thing that you've got to save your life, cry over it. But if you just spill milk, go grab a mop and pick up your mess. It's nothing worth crying over. I say that, but I do recall somewhere in my memory, once upon a time, I did have a conniption. I had a lot of things going wrong all at once, and I did spill some milk. And my conniption amplified. And I was literally on the verge of tears because all of the things were happening, and then I spilled milk. Before I could drop any tears, I remembered thinking to myself, it's stupid to cry over spilt milk. It didn't matter all of the other things that I had going on in my life at that time. But this was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. This was the one thing that was going to put me over the edge. And I realized that crying over spilt milk was ridiculous. Never do that. Always remember, if you're about to cry over spilled milk, It's not that serious. It's just a liquid. Go grab a mop, pick it up. And remember that on Wednesday, February the 11th, National Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. To your comments, and there were plenty of them. Let me see. Some of them almost distracting. Bad fudge is gross. Brownies and fudge are different. Yeah. You lose the argument because it goes against our community guidelines. Funny. Who you got for the Super Bowl? The Seahawks by 3. Raiders, freaking hilarious. Spilled milk in the VCC. And don't cry for me, Argentina. That's all they wanted. Not much to ask for. That's a good one. That makes sense. This could be helpful for all of us. Thursday, February the 12th. 2 days in advance of Valentine's Day, it is National Valentine's Day Card Day. I think it was a man who made this day. And there's nothing wrong with that. 2 days in advance of Valentine's, go get your Valentine's Day card. You must do this. It is a requirement. All right? You don't have to do much. But if you're with a woman and you love this woman, you must do things in preparation for Valentine. I don't care. It's a made-up holiday, and it's made by a big Hallmark, the card people. It doesn't matter. She thinks it's serious, and you should too. Every Valentine's Day is very, very simple. You don't have to do much. You don't have to do much, but you do have to do a little, okay? 1, get her a Valentine's Day card. You don't read it. You don't even need to read it. It's going to be red. It's going to be the Valentine's Day section. Just grab one. Doesn't matter what it says on the inside. What matters is what you write on the inside. What you write is, I love you. Sign your name. Done. The card is taken care of. Now buy her some chocolates. Why? Because as much as they say, I don't like chocolate. I don't want chocolate. Get her some freaking chocolate. I would say the same thing with flowers. But you know what? I'm starting to take the argument seriously that don't buy flowers, they're just going to die. When I buy my wife flowers, I buy her roses because roses are the symbol of love. And they smell wonderful. And they look great for about a week. And when they die, my natural reaction is buy more. I like the way they look. I like the way they smell. But there's no reason to buy more. There's not a Valentine's birthday thing that would cause you to buy more roses. So I buy them. They last a week. They die. She throws them in the garbage. And then I'm roseless. But she still has the card. And the card, again, don't care what the words on the packaging says, has my signature inside it that says, I love you. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Keep that in mind on the eve of Valentine's Day, Thursday, February the 12th, National Valentine's Day Card Day. To your comments. And there were several, so let's pop it. La, 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 la. Don't cry for me. Valentine's Day is a fraud. Yeah, we covered that. I got my wife a new broom for Valentine's Day because she asked for one. I thought that was a good idea for a long time. She's a saint. I will laugh to your thing. I said no shock and get her gummies. Nice. Or pack her some fudge. Yes. I like where today is going. Very entertaining. So dry. Sorry. What the hell? Oh, I'm a big fan of this. Here we go. Friday, February 13th. Ooh, Friday the 13th. It's National Random Act of Kindness Day. I am a big fan of random acts of kindness. I believe, whether right or wrong, don't judge me. I believe that if you do good things happen to you. Call it karma, call it whatever you want to call it. I believe if you put good out into the universe, that somehow that good comes back to you. And I've been very fortunate in my life. I've got a lot of good that came to me. So I randomly do good things for others. And sometimes for selfish reasons. Recently, my beloved Buffalo Bills were excised from the playoff picture. But that morning, I tried to put a lot of good out into the universe. I tried to win the karma gods over. I was at Denny's while I was having my tires replaced. I was at Denny's, and there were 3 other men that were going to be eating alone that morning at Denny's. So when it came time to settle up my bill, I said, give me the check of the other 3 single people that came in here for breakfast, hoping that that would be enough good put out into the universe that it would come back to me and allow my beloved Buffalo Bills to win. It was not so. That doesn't change the fact that it was still a random act of kindness that I did, and I encourage you to do. And I tell you the great thing about random acts of kindness. When you do them, you feel better about yourself. It's especially better if the people that you do it to have no idea why. A random act of kindness is a great thing to do because it gives you a little warmth in the cockles, but at the same time, it confuses the heck out of the person that you did it to. I mean, they're going to receive the benefit of your random act of kindness, but at the same time, they're going to have a lot of questions. Whenever you have the opportunity to do something nice for a total stranger, please, I recommend it. I don't know, I started to hear a little Christopher Walken there. Please, I recommend it. I'm so bad at impressions. Keep it in mind on Friday the 13th, National Random Act of Kindness Day. To your comments. Yeah, I tipped the wait staff, but that's because they were waiting on me. La 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 la. And I tipped them well because they deserve it. Buy your significant other a casket on Friday. You don't necessarily have to spend any money, just a simple hi, and I hope you have a great day. Here's a hug. Yeah, that's true too. That's true. You don't have to spend money to have a random act of kindness. You can just be nice to people, and that is also that should just be called manners. You're just being nice to people because that's the way you should be. But if you want to classify it as a random act of kindness, okay, you do that. Oh, yeah. I haven't talked about that in a while. Saturday, February 14th is National Organ Donor Day. If you are young and healthy, on your driver's license, you want to donate your organs, check yes. Let me tell you why, okay? For anybody out there who thinks that you're going to go to heaven whole, nope, that's not going to happen. Unless you've been in the hospital for an extended period of time, if you die, tragically, they're going to do an autopsy. And having been in the room for way too many autopsies, I don't recommend it. 0 stars. Having been in the room, I'm going to tell you what happens. All of your innards go in a garbage pail. They just throw them in the garbage. That's what they do with your organs. They throw them in the garbage. And then they stuff a lot of gauze in your cavity where all of your organs used to be, and then they very poorly sew you up. Because there's no need to sew you up pretty because you're dead, okay? And all of those organs in the garbage could have saved someone else's life. If you have never checked yes to organ donor, I seriously ask you to reconsider that. Because there is something inside you that may help another person. Or go in the garbage. Those are the options. You could be a good human being and donate your organs to help other people, or you could just be a not good human being and all of your organs go in the trash. They literally go in the trash. They throw all of the stuff away. Somebody's out there, they need a heart transplant. You die. You got to die under very specific circumstances in order for them to take your organs. But you die in a way there where they can harvest your organs and you could save someone's life. Or you could be part of the landfill. There will come a time when no one wants your organs. And that is the poopiest part of growing old. When you get to an age when you realize no one wants your organs anymore, you're just kind of hanging around, you're just kind of waiting to the end. I have offered to donate my organs my entire life, but I realize now that nobody wants them. But if you're not an old, decrepit man like myself, and you could definitely change someone's life, think about it. Check yes for organ donor, specifically on Saturday, February the 14th, National Organ Donor Day. Or, to think about that just a little bit further, it's Valentine's Day. You want to donate an organ. I'm going to go with this because why not? Sunday, February the 15th is National Banana Cream Pie Day. I'm going to tell you right now, man, that is not something you get yourself into very often, is it? I mean, how often do you find yourself confronted with a banana cream pie? Is a banana cream pie and a Boston cream pie the same thing? Are they different things? I think they're the same thing. I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I had a banana cream pie. What's the one with the banana and the fluffernutters? Are they called fluffernutters? They're vanilla wafers and banana and cream and Cool Whip. It's amazing. If that's not a banana cream pie, can I make that and call it a banana cream pie? Because I'd like to do that. I think that's delicious. I can't think of anything that has banana as an ingredient that isn't wonderful. Banana splits. How does a fruit make ice cream better? Banana cream pie, bananas, just plain old bananas. I don't know. I thought I could go further with this, but obviously I can't. But think about it. On a Sunday, February the 15th, National Banana Cream Pie Day. And now it's time for your Come Char. Come Char. Come Char. Community comedy or charity note. All I can tell you right now is my friends in Spain are going through some horrendous weather, and it's been going on for a while. It's like a hurricane has positioned itself over southern Spain and Italy, and it's just creating really, really bad conditions. And as much as I feel for the humans, I have to remind you that there are animals that need to be taken care of. And we ask our Spanish friends and our American friends, if you got a couple extra dollars to spend, look up RAL, the Rota Animal Welfare League. Look them up. And they're on Amazon. They got a wish list. You could send them some supplies. They have like we need towels and we need dog food and we need these things. And RAL is a volunteer organization that takes care of abandoned pets in Rota, Spain. Unfortunately, many of them are abandoned by American service people who find it too expensive to bring their pets home and just let their pets go. And that's a heartbreaking thing. That's a really bad thing. But the amazing volunteers at RAL do their best to house these strays, to find them new homes. And sometimes they need assistance. So whenever we don't have anything specific that we want to talk to you about in the Come Char, we talk about RAL, the Rota Animal Welfare League. Look them up on Amazon and send them a donation for whatever it is that they need, whatever it is that you can provide them. It's a good thing. Thank you. We appreciate you. And now, on to the fan favorite portion of the episode, This Week in History, a trivia style. La 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 la, la 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 la. Got to scroll down because it did it wrong. Here we go. I'm going to take a sippy sip. Are you ready? Here we go. On January 26, 1926, which new technology was publicly demonstrated for the first time in London? January 26, 1926, which new technology was publicly demonstrated for the first time in London? Here are your multiple choice options. Was it color photography, television, FM radio, or motion picture sound? It's January 26th, 1926. Which of these four things was introduced for the first time in London? Was it color photography, television, FM radio, or motion picture sound? I'm waiting for your answers. I'm waiting for your answers. And I'm turning off the heater, 'cause it makes a lot of noise. Yeah, I figured there would be... Oh, Robert is popping in with color picture. Mr. Taney says, I feel like TV would be American. Jessica says FM radio. We've got all of our options in. I feel like making love. I feel like it is television. James is going to go with motion picture with sound. Jessica's FM radio. Robert is color picture. I'm going to go with television. So right off the bat, one of us is right and the rest of us are wrong. We'll find out who it is. Question number 2. Which American became the first U.S. prisoner of war held in North Vietnam beginning captivity on January 26th, 1965? Again, which American became the first U.S. prisoner of war held in North Vietnam beginning his captivity on January 26th, 1965? Here are your options. Was it John McCain? Was it Everett Alvarez Jr.? Was it James Stockdale? Or was it Jeremiah Denton? I'm going to point out that you may be wrong there, infallible James, because we didn't do anything last week. Last week was a Groundhog's Day Eve, and I was partying hard. So we didn't do anything last week, so don't tell me that this question came up last week. Duh. Who was the first U.S. prisoner of war in North Vietnam? John McCain, Everett Alvarez Jr., James Stockdale, or Jeremiah Denton? The infallible can't make up a decision. He goes with Stockdale or Denton. You can't do that. You have to pick one. I give you multiple choice options, and you have to choose one. Colonel Braddock. That's hilarious, Robert. Robert goes with John McCain, but throws in Colonel Braddock later as an option. I feel like we all know who John McCain is, and we all know who James Stockdale is. I love James Stockdale. He was running for vice president of the United States, and his opening line at the debate was, "Who am I? Why am I here?" I just thought that was awesome. So being the most famous people, I don't think they would have been the first. Jessica goes with Denton, and I think that's a good choice. But because of the way things are going today, I'm going to go with Alvarez. Jessica's going to go with Denton. Robert's going to go with McCain. And James has answered going with Stockdale Denton. They're two different people. It's either Stockdale or Denton. You can't go with both, man. I don't know what you're trying to do there. We're just going to give him a wrong answer on this. All right, question number 3. The U.S. Supreme Court held its first official session on February the 1st of what year? That's a tough one. The United States Supreme Court held its first session when? Stockdale. Okay, he's going with Stockdale. Got it. You're wrong, but I got it. U.S. Supreme Court held its first official session. What year? February 1st of what year? Here are your options. 1776, 1781, 1789, or 1790. If you do not know the answer, this is what I've always said. If you do not know the answer, you remove the highest and lowest numbers, and then you give yourself a 50-50 chance of being right. So there goes 1790. There goes 1776. I think it was closer to the beginning of our country. I'm going to go with 1781. Robert went with 1865. Not even freaking close. Not one of the options. Not even close. 1776, 1781, 1789, or 1790. If you're saying anything other than one of those 4 numbers, you're wrong. Wrong. So wrong. Okay. But you are the only one to answer other than me. I'm going to go with 1781. That's my answer. James is going to go with 1790. He went on the high end of the scale. We are deliberately pausing for our friend Jessica. She went with 1789, and Robert agrees with me, 1781. None of us think it's 1776. Like we just created the United States of America. The first thing we need to do is go to trial. Yeah, that's not probable. Question number 4. What major civil rights event began on February the 1st, 1960, helping spark a nationwide movement? What major civil rights event began on February the 1st, 1960, helping spark a nationwide movement? Was it the Montgomery bus boycott? Was it the March on Washington? Was it the Greensboro sit-ins? Or was it the Selma Bridge March? What major civil rights event began on February the 1st, 1960, helping spark a nationwide movement? James pops in with a March on Washington, which is a good guess. The Montgomery bus boycott, the March on Washington, the Greensboro sit-ins, or the Selma Bridge March. Robert says, Rosa Parks sitting here down on a damn bus. Robert's going to go with an answer that's not one of the multiple choice options. And Jessica, as always, is the slowest typer. Why are you so slow, girl? I believe, there she is. It's the March on Washington. So the Taney family is going with the March on Washington. Robert's going to go with, I don't even know what Robert's going to go with. I think what he's trying to say is the Montgomery bus boycott. I'm going to agree. I think it is the bus boycott. We'll find out soon. And 3 more questions. Question number 5. What iconic American athlete, later breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier, was born on January 31st, 1919? What's for breakfast, man? I'm starving. I want some breakfast. What iconic American athlete, later breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier, was born on January 31st, 1919? Montgomery, got it. If you don't know who broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, then you're going to get this wrong. James, without any multiple choice options, pipes in with Jackie Robinson. You know why? You know why. You know why. James, strawberries need to be sliced. Robert goes with Jackie Robinson. Yeah, and Jessica, I'm sure, is going to say Jackie Robinson too, as am I. The options that they gave us were Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Jackie Robinson, or Satchel Paige. But we all know that the Brooklyn Bomber was Jackie Robinson. And it changed everything forever. Shane Gillis, if you don't listen to Shane Gillis, I highly encourage you. He does such a great joke about the day when white people used to be cool, the day white people stopped being cool, and it was Jackie Robinson's first hit at bat. It's such a wonderful joke. It's so funny. No grits because they are gross. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, infallible James. There's nothing wrong with grits. Are those magic grits? Were they instant grits? No self-respecting Southern mix instant grits. On January 27th, 1951, the United States conducted its first nuclear test at what location? At what location did the United States conduct its first nuclear test? Here are your options. Was it Los Alamos, New Mexico? Was it Bikini Atoll? Was it the appropriately named Nevada Test Site? or was it Hanford, Washington? I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like we might have got stumped on this one. Because Nevada test site, I feel like, is the right answer. Right? I feel like Nevada test site is the right answer. It wasn't Bikini Atoll. We did this in America. And when you think about Los Alamos, yes, we did a lot of stuff at Los Alamos, but I don't know if we tested there. And it definitely wasn't Hanford, Washington. I don't even know what the heck Hanford is. So I have it narrowed down between Nevada test site and Los Alamos, New Mexico. Should be Nevada test site should be Trinity, right? I think so. Yeah, I think that's where it was done. I think Los Alamos is where they did all the brain stuff. But out of the options that we are presented, I think Nevada test site is my answer. I'm going to go with Robert. Jessica saying Nevada test site. Robert saying Nevada. And James has disqualified himself. So there we go. The infallible continues to fallible. Question number 7, last question of the week. Which NASA spacecraft was lost during re-entry on February the 1st, 2003? I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of cool things that happened on February 1st. Super Bowl 38, Janet Jackson, booby. February the 1st, 2003, re-entry, disaster. February the 1st, 2005, Pope John Paul got sick. Pope John Paul II got sick for the last time. A sickness that would take him to death. There's a lot of things that happened on February the 1st, man. Which NASA spacecraft was lost during re-entry on February the 1st, 2003? Was it the Challenger, the Discovery, the Atlantis, or the Columbia? There were only 4 of them. Now there's only 2 of them. If you know the 2 that are remaining, how the F does the Rhythm Nation make? What is wrong? What is that? I remember, like, it was so fast. It was so fast. James says Columbia. Again, your options: Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis, or Columbia. I also loved Giovanni Paolo II. I also loved Pope John Paul II, if you don't know. Blessed my daughter Gina. Twice. Columbia. Yes. We all know the Challenger exploded after takeoff. And if you know anything about anything, you know the Columbia also didn't make it back. All because of those tiles. You gotta have your tiles. One of the tiles, they had no tiles. Yes, the easy way to remember that is the Challenger blew up off the launch pad, and the other one that starts with C is no more. Those are our answers for this week. Let's find out how we did. I type in answers, please. And here we go. Question number 1. We all chose a different response. But only I was correct with television. Losers. Television was the correct answer. Everett Alvarez. I think I chose Alvarez. I think I'm 2 for 2 right now. I'm pretty sure I chose Alvarez because I knew it wasn't Stockdale. I knew it wasn't McCain, and Jeremiah didn't seem right. I chose Alvarez. I'm 2 for 2. I'm feeling good. And you guys are sucking today. D was 1790. I have to go back to the question to see what the multiple choices were. James got it. Now, my methodology when choosing a correct answer is pertinent when it comes to questions written by humans. These questions are written by AI. AI doesn't have the same problem that humans have. Humans have a problem whenever they write down a number as the correct answer. They have a problem coming up with 3 incorrect answers. So what they always do is they make one that's higher and they make one that's lower, and then they make one that's kind of close. That's what a human does. AI doesn't do that. So congratulations, James. You got question number 3 correct, and I got number 3 wrong. Question number 4, none of us got correct. It was the Greensboro sit-ins. But, in case you didn't know, is a great Neapolitan way of saying, I don't know. But, spelled B-U. Question number 5, we all got it correct. It was, of course, Jackie Robinson. Question number 6, it was the Nevada test site. And question number 7 was the Columbia. Roger B. Taney, Supreme Court Justice. Okay. All right. And that's it. I get up early. I come down here. I have to put on a jacket to stay warm. And I enjoy spending this time with you. I love starting my Sunday with you. I'm disappointed I couldn't go 7 for 7. But none of you did either. So don't get off your high horse and stop being all uppity about how smart you are. And let's do it again next week. For the supplemental, an addition, an add-on, an addendum to your regularly scheduled LUNSB Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you could be. And if you're a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Bruce sends her love. And LUNSB.